friends, welcome back to my channel. Here today to share with you my February TBR. And I know February has already started, which means I've already finished. No, I haven't finished. I've already started my February reading, but I wanted to share the books with you that I intend to read or work on this month. So as you know, I'm trying to keep up with my reading journal this month, so I made my February TBR plans, but I also left a little room for some mood reading. So these are the books that I really want to get to. And you're going to see my video where I cleared out this book cart. That's going to be its own separate video coming soon. I have room now to really think about the books that I want to read, so they're upside down. They're upside down, but it's okay. So this is the book for the Runwright Reads book club in February. This is Black Cake by Charmaine Wilkerson. I have two copies of this book. I have a paperback. This is the movie tie-in edition. And I also have the original hardcover. I find it easier to hold on to paperbacks, even though I prefer to own hardcovers. Although, seriously, I'm running out of shelf space and I intend to get a new bookshelf. But until then, hardcovers are heavy and they're hard to move sometimes. But this is the TBR video. We're focusing on the text, not the appearance or feel of the book. So this is the Runwright Reads book club selection. Like I said, I'm also reading it to participate in another challenge. So that's the first book that's on my February TBR. As you know, I am reading for the BookTube prize this month. I got my 6-book assignment. And so Knife was a gift from the publishers last year, and I didn't get around to reading it last year, but it's the first book from my list that I started to read. So this is on my February TBR. I have until the end of March to read 6 books to judge my assignment for the BookTube prize, but I'd like to finish a few of them in February. So started with that one. I started it already. So the rest of my BookTube prize reading, I requested copies from the library. They haven't arrived yet, but I'm planning to head to the library later today, so hopefully I'll pick them up. Then I have a couple of buddy reads. Started this in January. I'm buddy reading this with Rosalie and Columbus, and I talk about them sometimes. We have a little reading group where we've been reading together a lot of books over the last few years, and I love it. So we are reading The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn to prepare for a group read of James by Percival Everett. And there's some moments in here where we're having a difficult time with the text, and we're just aching to get to the story as it is told from James's perspective. So I'm going to be continuing this, and I'm actually not reading this edition of the book. I'm reading it online on Project Gutenberg. So let me see. I just finished, I think, chapter 22 today. So we're at about page 140 thereabouts. Yeah, right here. 145. And the text. So this edition of the book has some critical discussions. So the text itself ends... Oh, okay. The text itself ends around page 260 something. So just a little past halfway. That's fine. And I think we're going to speed it up a little bit this month so we can get to James sooner rather than later. I don't want to be still reading this at the end of February. So that's a buddy read. And I'm going to be starting, well, before I get to that one, I was buddy reading this one with Patrice Jones, and we decided to postpone this buddy read for a little later in the year just because it is a big book and we're both buddy reading other things. And so I started this, I think I got to maybe about page 100, page 99 I think is where we got to. And it's a 900 plus page book, so we're putting this off until later this year. So I'm going to be returning this copy to the library and buying my own copy probably when we get to it later. So that's going to be crossed off my TBR. But I am going to be starting a buddy read also with Patrice, but also with Heidi and Doris. So we're going to be reading Nexus by Yuval Noah Harari. We're going to be reading this month. And looking forward to reading and discussing this with the ladies because we read a lot of nonfiction together, and I get so much out of our group discussions. So I don't know why. Oh, that goes back to the library. So other reading projects that I have this month, this quarter. I participate in this Facebook challenge called Book Challenge by Erin, and I created a list of 10 books to meet 10 different prompts. So I'd like to read a couple of the books on that list this month, including Tell Me Everything by Elizabeth Strout, which was a gift from the publishers last year. So I chose it as part of my list. I also intend to read Invisible Man, which is another big book. But it's been on my big reading list for a few years now, and I'd really like to get to it. And if possible, I'd like to read it in February during Black History Month. So I added that to my February TBR as well. I don't know if I'm going to get around to it, but it's on my list for right now. I also want to read Spillover by David Quammen, which is the Book Naturalist book club pick. I requested that from the library. I haven't yet gotten my copy, but hoping to get that and read that in February as well. And then aside from that, I have these 5 books that I took home from the library that I'm calling this my mood reading. Just in case I want to read something and I don't want to read any of the things that are on my stated TBR, I have Running While Black by Alison Mariella Desir. I have Liane Moriarty's newest novel, Here One Moment. I've read everything that Liane Moriarty has published, so when she publishes a new book, I want to read it as soon as possible, just so that I can say there is an author who I've read everything that they've published, and she has a huge backlist. Matt Haig, I've also read most of his books, so he has a new book called The Life Impossible. I want to read that. And Laura Dave, another author who I've read all of her books. So this one is The Night We Lost Him. So I want to read that as soon as possible. And then, of course, I got Amy Tan's The Backyard Bird Chronicles, because as it gets warmer, I feel like you just need more nature writing to surround yourself with. So these are my mood reading books, just in case I want to go rogue. Just stopped at the library, so I picked up these for the BookTube prize. Got 4 big books. This is 3 Shades of Blue, Roman Year, The Bookshop, which I started reading in the library while I was waiting to use the computer, and Charlie Hustle. So I got these 4 for the BookTube prize. Then I picked up Invisible Man by Ralph Ellison, because I think we own a copy. I think my husband has a copy, but I can't find it because I turned all the books on the shelves spines in, so I can't find anything. That's my next big project. And then I got a copy of Spillover by David Quammen to read for the Book Naturalist book club. This is a huge book. Doris, Heidi. I don't know if I have time to read this month, but I do want to participate in the Book Naturalist book club discussion, so we'll see. We'll see. I got these out from the library. My TBR reading needs to start now. So thanks so much for watching. Let me know in the comments down below what your TBR plans look like for February. Let me know if you're judging the BookTube prize, or if you're not signed up as a judge but you read alongside the list. Let me know which list, which group you've chosen. And so yeah, let's chat in the comments, and until we come back for another video, happy reading. Bye.